Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in Hunan Province, China, the landscape that directly inspired Pandora, is one of the most genuinely surreal natural places I have ever stood in. Over 3,000 quartzite sandstone pillars, some rising more than 200 meters straight out of the earth, wrapped in subtropical forest, draped in morning mist, and home to glass bridges, sky-high elevators, and cliff-edge walkways that will test every nerve you have. Fast montage: glass bridge walk, bay-long elevator rising up a sheer cliff face, cable car above the pillars, forest trail through bamboo. In the next 10 minutes, I'm giving you everything: the attractions that will drop your jaw, the tips that will save your trip, and the local food that will fuel your adventure. Let's go. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park was China's very first national forest park, established in 1982. It covers nearly 500 square kilometers across 3 connected scenic areas: Zhangjiajie, Tianzi Mountain, and Yuanjiajie. Here are the experiences you absolutely cannot miss. Close-up of the southern sky column, the specific pillar officially renamed Avatar Hallelujah Mountain, morning mist swirling, green forest clinging to flat tops of pillars. Yuanjiajie is the crown jewel, the area with the highest concentration of the towering sandstone pillars that look straight out of a science fiction film. The star of the show is the southern sky column, officially renamed the Avatar Hallelujah Mountain in 2010 after the film, standing at 1,080 meters above sea level and towering 150 meters tall on its own. Walk the first bridge under heaven, a natural stone arch connecting 2 pillar peaks with a sheer drop of 357 meters on either side. Stand at the Sandstone Peak Forest Panorama viewpoint in the early morning when mist fills the valleys and only the tops of the pillars are visible above the clouds. It is, without exaggeration, one of the most otherworldly views available on this planet. Best time to visit Yuanjiajie: arrive at the area by 7:30 a.m. before tour groups arrive. The morning mist burns off by mid-morning, so early hours give you both the ethereal atmosphere and the photographic view. Exterior shot of the glass elevator attached to the cliff face. It looks impossible. Interior shot looking down through the glass floor as it rises. People's expressions of terror and delight. How do you get up to Yuanjiajie? Via the Bailong elevator, the world's highest and heaviest outdoor elevator, built directly into the face of a 326-meter sheer quartzite cliff. It carries 50 people at a time and takes just 96 seconds to travel from the valley floor to the plateau above. The glass panels on the exterior give you an unobstructed view straight down the cliff face as you ascend. The first time you step in and the doors close, your brain does something interesting. It simply refuses to accept that this is happening. Then it does happen, and it is spectacular. Tip: the line for the Bailong elevator can reach 1-2 hours during peak season. Go first thing in the morning or take the cable car up and the elevator down for variety. The Zhangjiajie Grand Canyon Glass Bridge is the longest and highest glass bottom bridge in the world. 430 meters long, 6 meters wide, suspended 300 meters above the canyon floor. Walking across it is a full psychological experience. The glass panels are completely transparent. You can see every crack in the rock, every tree far below you, every detail of the canyon that is very, very far down. The bridge is located in the adjacent Grand Canyon Scenic Area, a separate ticket from the main park, about 30 minutes from the park entrance. Absolutely worth the extra visit. Tip: visitors are required to wear shoe covers provided at the entrance to protect the glass surface. Bags over 10 kilograms must be checked. Travel light when you visit. Cable car above cloud line, Tianmen Cave arch from below, the coiling road with 99 turns. Glass skywalk jutting out from cliff with nothing below. Tianmen Mountain is technically outside the National Forest Park, but is so close and so extraordinary it belongs on this list. The Tianmen Mountain cable car is the world's longest passenger cable car at 7.5 kilometers. The ride alone takes about 30 minutes and crosses multiple cloud layers. At the top, Tianmen Cave, a massive natural arch 131 meters tall, cut straight through the mountain, and the glass skywalk, a see-through walkway bolted to the cliff face with a 400-meter drop below your feet. This is the one that will test you. Tested me, passed, barely. This is a jungle trail that follows a clear mountain stream. Towering pillar walls rise on either side and reflect in the water. The Golden Whip Stream Trail is 7.5 kilometers long and winds through the valley floor. The walk takes about 2 to 3 hours at a relaxed pace. Wild macaque monkeys live along the trail and will come surprisingly close. Do not feed them and keep your snacks zipped away. This trail gives you the scale of the pillars from below, which is a completely different and equally awe-inspiring perspective. Do Zhangjiajie in the morning for the high views, Golden Whip Stream in the afternoon for the valley floor. Perfect balance for one full day. Right, so now you know where to go. But Zhangjiajie has a few specific things you need to know before you arrive. Things that will genuinely make or break your trip. Zhangjiajie is more remote than Beijing or Shanghai, which means some of these tips are even more important here than they be in a big city. The park sells tickets valid for 2, 3, or 4 days. The 4-day ticket is the best value and gives you flexibility to pace yourself across all scenic areas without rushing. The park is genuinely enormous. You cannot see everything in one day. The 4-day ticket costs around 248 yuan, roughly $35 USD, and includes access to the Beilong elevator and most internal shuttle buses. The Glass Bridge and Chenmen Mountain are sold separately. Buy tickets in advance at zhangjiajie.com.cn or at the main entrance. You'll need your passport number for registration. Empty Misty Viewpoint at 7 a.m. versus packed tour group crowds at 10 a.m. Same location, Zhangjiajie receives millions of visitors a year, and the peak scenic areas can become genuinely crowded between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. The strategy is simple. Be at the key viewpoints by 7:30 a.m., and you will often have them to yourself in the mist. Then take a break, eat lunch somewhere, rest, and return to different areas after 4 p.m. when tour groups are heading back. Early morning is also when the mist is most dramatic. Sudden rain shower on the trail, visitor with umbrella and waterproof jacket, mist rolling in rapidly. The weather in Zhangjiajie changes fast. Sun to fog to rain to sun again, sometimes within an hour. Pack a lightweight waterproof jacket and wear comfortable, grippy hiking shoes or trail runners. The park paths are paved and well maintained, but can be wet and slippery. A small packable umbrella is worth having. Mist and cloud are not bad weather here. They're a feature. Some of the most incredible photos come from overcast or misty days when the pillars emerge from the clouds like something from a dream. Phone showing WeChat Pay QR code, park food stall with QR code payment sign. Same rules as anywhere in China apply here. Set up your VPN before you land in China. Google, Instagram, and WhatsApp are all blocked. Inside the park, connectivity can be patchy in the valleys, so download offline maps and key information before you enter. WeChat Pay is essential. Most food vendors, shuttle buses, and smaller stalls inside and around the park don't accept foreign cards. Link your international card to WeChat Pay before your trip. Carry some yuan cash as backup. Airport arrival, high-speed train, city of Zhangjiajie at night. Zhangjiajie has its own airport, Zhangjiajie International Airport, DYG, with direct flights from major Chinese cities including Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Chengdu. Flight time from Beijing is about 2.5 hours. Alternatively, high-speed rail connects Zhangjiajie to Changsha, about 2 hours, and then onward to most major cities. Stay in Wulingyuan town. It's the closest accommodation hub to the park entrance. Walking distance from the main gate and full of local restaurants and guest houses at every budget level: Tianzi Mountain, Quieter Lookout, Shentangbei Valley, Huanglong Cave, stalactites. Most visitors beeline for Zhangjiajie and ignore Tianzi Mountain, a scenic area with equally dramatic views, a fraction of the crowds, and arguably even better panoramas on clear days. The Shentangbei viewpoint at Tianzi Mountain is one of the park's best-kept secrets, a vast horseshoe canyon ringed with pillar peaks that relatively few international visitors reach. Also worth adding, Huanglong Cave, a massive underground cave system just outside the park with extraordinary stalactites and an underground river, and a refreshing cool temperature on hot days. Alright, you've conquered the glass bridge, you've survived the Beilong elevator, and your legs are reminding you that you've walked about 15,000 steps today. Time to eat. And Zhangjiajie's local cuisine is simple, bold, and genuinely delicious. What to eat? Zhangjiajie sits in Hunan province, and Hunan food is one of China's most celebrated regional cuisines. It's spicy, fragrant, and deeply satisfying in a way that's different from the Sichuan heat most people know. Hunan heat hits you fresh, raw chilies and fresh peppers rather than numbing peppercorns. So the flavor is bright, clean, and punchy. Mao's braised pork, Mao's red braised pork belly, Hongxiao Ru rich mahogany pork belly pieces in a clay pot, glistening with sauce, served with white rice. The most famous dish from Hunan province, and the personal favorite of Chairman Mao Zedong, who was born in Hunan, is Hongxiao Ru, or red braised pork belly. Slabs of pork belly are slow braised for hours in soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, sugar, and spices, until the fat becomes silky and the meat collapses at the touch of chopsticks. It's sweet, savory, deeply rich, and served over white rice that soaks up the braising liquid. Every restaurant in Zhangjiajie serves a version. Order it everywhere and compare. Stir-fried pork with green peppers, jiao chow ro. Wok shot of pork strips stir-frying with blistered green chilies, smoky wok hei rising xiao chow ru, literally, small stir-fry meat, is Hunan's most beloved everyday dish, and many argue one of the finest simple stir-fries in all of Chinese cooking. Thin slices of pork belly are wok-fried with local green chilies, fermented black beans, and garlic over screaming hot flame until the pork is slightly caramelized and the peppers are blistered and fragrant. It's smoky, spicy, savory, and deeply Moorish. Find it at any local restaurant around Wulingyuan town for about 30-40 yuan. Steamed fish with chopped chilies duo jiao yu. Whole fish steamed under a mound of chopped red and green fermented chilies. Finished with hot oil poured tableside duo jiao yu. Steamed fish blanketed under a mountain of chopped fermented chilies is one of Hunan's signature dishes and a beautiful example of the province's approach to flavor. The heat and acidity of the fermented chilies cut right through the richness of the fish. It's finished tableside with a ladle of sizzling hot oil that perfumes the whole table. Order it in a bowl of plain rice and you are eating Hunan cuisine at its purest. Vendor grilling corn on a stick, taro cake frying in oil, local vendors selling bagged spiced tofu around the park entrance, and in Wulingyuan town, you'll find vendors selling grilled corn brushed with chili oil, fried taro cakes, stinky tofu, deeply pungent, crispy outside, custardy inside, not for the faint-hearted, but absolutely worth trying. And small bags of spiced dried tofu, which is a Hunan snack you'll see locals eating everywhere. It's chewy, smoky, spicy, and perfect for the trail. Traditional Tujia wooden restaurant, communal hot pot, local rice wine in ceramic cups, preserved meats hanging from ceiling, Zhangjiajie is home to the Tujia ethnic minority, one of China's 55 recognized minority groups. And their traditional cuisine is part of what makes eating here special. Look for restaurants serving Tujia-style hot pot with locally foraged mountain vegetables and preserved meats, glutinous rice cakes pounded and grilled over charcoal, and small cups of local rice wine that the Tujia people have brewed in the mountains for centuries. Ask your guesthouse to point you toward a family-run Tujia restaurant. These meals are warm, generous, and completely memorable. Mao's red braised pork. Any local restaurant in Wulingyuan town, jiao chow rao stir-fry. Small restaurants on the main street, duo jiao steamed fish. Mid-range local restaurants, street snacks, and tofu vendors near the park main gate to Jia minority food family guest houses. Ask for recommendations. Budget noodles and rice noodle shops inside Wulingyuan 15-25 yuan. There is a moment that happens to almost every person who comes to Zhangjiajie. You round a corner on a trail, or the cable car doors open, or the morning mist parts, and you see it. The full, impossible, overwhelming view of thousands of sandstone towers rising from the earth into the clouds. And for a second, your brain just stops. This place is real. It exists. You can stand in it, walk through it, eat incredible food at its base, and come home with photographs that nobody back home will believe you didn't edit. If this guide helped you plan your trip, please hit that like button. It makes a real difference for this channel. Drop your Zhangjiajie questions in the comments. I reply to everyone. Subscribe for more travel guides just like this every single week. And until next time, Zaijian.